lineup looks pretty awesome. How you doing, Fog? You ready for game number 3?
I am definitely ready. I'm ready to see how fast of a pace that they can set, right? Because that's really feels like it's everything. That's why they've gone for like the Lash. You have Edict push, Eidolon push. You have Lycan to force Roche, etc., and force the buildings early. While for Ooredoo, bit of a kind of a very different. What is that? My courier's a llama. What's he saying?
He says no llamas in game. Unluck.
Ah, there you go.
My courier is a llama. And he also said Tony playing Tony before. There's a lot of alt chat going on. Just great.
I mean, that is a very cute. I actually really like that llama. I don't know why. Whatever. Yeah, pretty interesting. Like OT, the way that they just snap pick a Skywrath like this in the opener. I guess they have these like, certain ideas and concepts that they've theory crafted. Last game it worked perfectly. So if they have such confidence, you have to have some type of idea that they have with these two as well. And if the Morphling does. So I think big thing to look at least for me, is for OT, it's looking at the 3 trio, like Kaizo was saying. You look at Primal, you look at Omar, and you look at the Tiny. How much space can they make for TA2000? If TA2000 is able to have a pretty successful lane into a decent mid game, it could get pretty difficult for them to deal with this Morphling. But let's see.
Yeah, we'll have to see if it does end up working out that way. As we saw at the beginning of the game, esportsbet.io odds favoring right now Ooredoo, and the 3 bounty runes being given over right at the start of this one as well. I will say, though, that I've seen... what was the team that we watched? There was a team that we were watching in Div 1 action where they kept on running this Lycan in the core role, and it worked kind of well. So I'm curious to see if Shad can actually make that play happen, or if it's going to be some issues.
Oh, yeah, I don't even remember. I don't remember seeing it as one position. Maybe I'm just like forgetting, but I know there's a couple. I know there definitely was a couple other games, but I mean, the big thing about this hero is you have to be very good about your shapeshifts. Very long cooldown. Your hero is pretty useless without it a lot of the time. So these early usages, it's 2 minutes. So you have to be incredibly effective. Either you get some type of kills or you get some type of tower pressure or something big. And yeah,
True
I think
enough.
the Primal can cause some big problems for you.
Well, and you were talking about Omar playing on this Skywrath Mage. I was thinking about it a little bit, and it feels like it's a hero that's really going to enable either the Tiny or the Primal Beast to just ensure those kills. That if you follow up with them, whether it's a Pulverize or an Abatos, you know, once there's that Ancient Seal in line too, they're just going to explode. Yeah,
I think they're probably looking exactly at that, right? The amplification for the Tiny. That's why they wanted to have it with the combo with that, because you do have crazy kill threat. Like a Lash pre-BKB and stuff like that, you get Tiny Ava comboed with the Ancient Seal and an ult, you're dead. Like every single time. Until Rubik gets shard or you get cookied or something to protect you, which there is going to be that options, of course, for Hustlers, but...
Yeah. Well, and that's part of the point to me that feels like there's some weird timing windows, right? Because you have obviously the early pressure as Kaori and Alex trying to play it out. He gets in range quick enough to block out that camp there, so no pull available for them. But you have that like early pressure, but then there's also the dynamic when Shard comes out for Rubik, you know, when the cookies are there and they're trying to group together, it does feel like it's going to be hard for OT to fight into that until they get some of those like hard lockdown components.
Oh, they're going deep down here.
Wow.
Tombstone.
Yeah, all the way in on this. And that is, I mean, Tombstone already down, now lifted back underneath the tower. Kaori, he's going to get body blocked here. Tries to trade over aggro, but still taking so much damage. And Decay tries to live a couple more hits. First blood drawn by Alex. What were they doing?
I mean, crazy over-aggressive there from Kaori. The Tombstone placement behind tower. It's only level 1. That's easy. Over-aggressive. I mean, I guess they were feeling confident in the lane because they were like, they're farming well in the Morphing, but this isn't really too much of a kill lane unless they're way further up near your tower. Bit of a reckless play, gets punished. Seeing the threat bottom, how much they're able to do. Shad, you know, as soon as level 3 is out for Weeder, you get slowed from Skywrath. If there's no cookie, this Lycan could just die 100-0. This lane is a pretty volatile one.
We already did see one cookie get used to save Shad from a lot of damage coming out from that Pulverize. And Angel's definitely going to need to be judicious with his usage of it. But Lane also now shoving out into OT, and the lane's already going well for all of them. It is 5 last hits, though, for Angel, so he's been making up for a little bit of that difference in the laning potential, as you might expect with the Scatterblast spam.
That is a big deal, though. Like, the fact that they're going to be able to do this. Omar, he's holding skill point in case he needs it to get Ancient Seal. Puts it into concussive right afterwards. But yeah, for Shad, if he's not right next to the Snapfire or Angel doesn't have mana or something like that, he's just going to die to the slow plus rundown. Up top, Kaori again.
In trouble
this is a better
and
tombstone.
Going to die. Yeah, Divine Llama's going to go down for it, but Alex, after getting 2 kills now, is also going to get the Tombstone gold. He almost has Arcanes.
Sure does.
At 4 minutes.
Yeah, that's huge. At least he'll be able to help, but at the same time, too, I think Ooredoo's fine with this. The first death maybe a little bit overzealous there from Kaori, but second one, perfectly fine. TA2000 gets a kill and also cleans up Eidolons, too, so he will be up top there. And Kaori now, after his death, TP's mid, so Phil's bottle, so it doesn't feel as bad for him either.
Right. Alex is going to pull this wave back behind the tower now and should be able to get at least a little bit of a half pull on there. So denying out some creeps from TA2000 and should also, for Alex, finish off his Arcanes now.
Yeah. I love that. I mean, Hustlers is very practiced in the way that they do the pull behind the towers, right? Of course, you see it so often now, but them being able to pull it on like 2 creeps, they did the exact same thing last game. So he does deny out a lot as Angel. Still has Cookie.
Does manage to get the walk away from that one. And yeah, down bottom, Shad still appears to be, you know, obviously feeling the pressure of Leader and, of course, the Skywrath Mage. Will try and get a pull-off? No.
This might be a lane where even, like, I know you always want to rush Helm as fast as possible, but I think this could be a lane where even buying boots isn't so bad. You know, playing versus Trample and playing versus the slow, like, if they get on you, you're dead. So, I mean, whatever, it's fine. I mean, you get him going for the Helm, but I think there could be an argument that made there for some boots, even though you don't want them on Lycan most times.
Yeah, I wonder if he's almost just thinking, like, I don't even want to be here, and he just, like, tries to leave as soon as possible. Because it feels pretty bad, like you're saying. Even with boots, it's going to be a rough time for him.
Yeah. Omar looking to make a first move around this ward, or around the rune, sorry. He's just going to walk in deep. I mean, might just die for this.
Yeah. Supports running into some issues there, and they have the cookie, but now doesn't get the rundown there.
Whoopsie.
And Mirage didn't get the regen either, so needs to be careful about the dive that could come out. Angel's kind of in no man's land now, too. Dude, what is happening? What the hell? Did they get enough for the kill? The salvo! Oh, but then the toss. And the little hit from the Q.
Omar had 10 stick charges. They didn't get the cookie off immediately. He got the stun. The avalanche kind of messes them up a little bit there as Ooredoo looking hot. This is tiny. Level 6.5. Mirage just hits the 6. And they even take out Alex.
Gets him there. They dropped the tomb for that one. Thought that they could maybe kill off the Undying, but no such luck. And Kaori just moves in and gets the snipe on the courier.
That's
just happened to be walking by.
That's the second one he's gotten. A little bit of influx of gold and panel, you know. And the way that we felt also is Hustler's draft does want to have an early advantage and have a laning advantage. Not the case, Gabe. All 3 lanes going in the favor of Ooredoo.
Yeah, this is a problem. They're definitely going to need to catch back up, but Shad, he wanted to avoid the lane. Unfortunately, the lane came to him, although the turn, Angel there now too with Mirage. OT, have they overextended a little bit? Which should be able to get out of harm's way. Ooh. So protecting their Lycan here.
Very close. Nicely done from Angel there. Good cookie. They get that little bit of slow also onto Weeder, who's about to hit level 6 as well, so if he had Pulverize, it would have been easier, but nice little reaction coming out from Hustlers. Mirage, no mana right now. I mean, because his Arcane Boots died, of course, on the Courier, so it does hurt a lot. He does have Alex's Arcanes, but he's very low. Might not be able to play for the rune. So, Ooredoo, Noob, is going to be able to get another power rune, it looks like. I say another, but get a power rune.
Right. And that could spell pretty big disaster. Gets the illusion rune, not the biggest thing in the world, but can obviously turn if things start to look a little bit rough. Angel, ooh, not even able to hit onto that cookie right there. A little unfortunate, but a nice play. Primal Beast picking up a kill. First for him so far.
This pick, I really love it. I think this was like such a perfect answer to the draft of Hustlers. It's causing some big issues. The fact that Shad has to jungle this early on, it's really problematic. It's like 3 free lanes now for Ooredoo, and Weeder's just going to continue shoving this lane into tower and putting some pressure onto it. It's going to keep forcing reaction, and most heroes who come down here are at risk of dying to this Primal Beast. Unless they bring like 2-3 heroes or something like that.
Well, that is not something that they really want to have to contend with. And you can see that Noob's staying off map for the moment. He is going to pop the illusion rune for himself and then has a bunch of bounties to pick up as well as Shad tries to finish off this Helm of the Dominator. It's completed and flying out to him now. And this needs to be a moment where they get something done. You've built this pick to try and group together, make plays happen. They've got to do something.
Can always be scary, though, because if you use Shapeshift, you dominate, you go, and you die, the game might be over. So it's like, this is a very pressuring moment here for Hustlers, but you got to start at least having something go a little bit your way, because you know that the Morphling at this point is free farming. You know that Tiny's going to get a Blink Dagger very early with the way that the game state is, and you know that this Primal Beast is going to have, you know, whatever X item, which is probably BKB, very early too. So have to start getting something going in your favor. Otherwise, the map, they're going to start collapsing on top of you, and this Tiny is going to start running rampant with Blink.
Devi, he just goes for it. The black hole, but he got the strength form off. Really quick reactions in TA2000, understanding even from Fog what was happening. So dodges the damage. Devi Llama can't pull it together.
Wow. I mean, that was an insane reaction. This guy, like,
I think that he was playing around and like knew that he was going to go for it. So was like shifting already as he was waveforming, because he was in Fog when he did it.
Yeah, I mean, that's some crazy type of play there really coming out from the Morph. First black hole wasted. Mid lane Mirage could be in kill threat here. Haste rune on Noob, one of the best runes you can get early.
Unreal. Yeah, and it needs to just be ready in case they do decide to dive him. Alex is nearby at the very least, but they have this ward back behind the tower that sees all this movement. It scouts that smoke.
Oof. I mean, they could just walk right into them here too, and they could just get popped. Ancient Seal is level 2. Mystic Flare is online.
Shows up in the mid. Noob is there. Maybe they try and go. Noob could feel safe because he saw that smoke. But it's not an easy go anyways.
He has his haste rune, so
yeah,
can't quite do it. Angel doing an okay job of holding the bottom tower, not dying to Weeder, but now mid.
There's the haste. Got him caught, got him dead. Too easy. Does steal the concussive, throws it out now onto Noob. Haste still half duration. Angel with kisses, they could maybe try and make some type of plays. Well, Shad
up top,
gonna dive up top, find Kaori. So he does go down, pulverizes out, and well, they manage to kill Devi even after they get out on the Lycan. And now they run in. Noob finds him. Ava toss, Cookie in. Still an avalanche. And well, they still have kisses ready to go. Noob gonna try and TP out. Not gonna happen. They can just run him down and even saving the kill for Mirage.
Two supports doing work there. Great steal from Alex. Back-to-back concussive into Avalanche. Bringing things back together. Now they have a big push coming themselves. The Dark Troll Summoner. The rally.
Yeah, look at this damage. Tower dropping. So a good reaction. I mean, again, this gold lead for Ooredoo is incredibly strong. Hustlers still have tremendous group up potential when they can play together.
I think with Alex having Avalanche, this might open up the opportunity for them to make some more moves. They still have kisses too, so could definitely opt to look for some kills and maybe actually shut down the Primal Beast and get top tower. Oh, Primal Beast?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, he's trying to go back for his clarity. It might get him killed.
Oh my god. They're in trouble and pulled back into the Malefice, level 2, and it's more than enough.
Did you
so
see what happened?
They find themselves another kill.
Oh my, he got a neutral item dropped and he went to go pick it up, didn't have bag slots, drops his clarity to pick it up, then he wants to go back for his it literally got him killed. He was gonna get away, but he had to go back for the neutral item.
That's so frustrating.
Good pickoff from Hustlers. Good persistence for them to go for that move. And they get the tower. Will likely lose their bottom tower, but a nice little momentum shift, which they much needed.
Yeah. Well, you can see also doing some interesting things with the Dark Troll Summoner right now. He's sending it into the Dire Triangle to go farm up those camps there.
Cool.
So still keeping his troll alive and still getting some good farm taken away from the rest of the map. Kind of a cool move as the smoke up comes now from OT.
Noobs has Blink. What are they going to go for? They want a big target. And they're going to run into Mirage.
He's got an illusion rune. He's not going to get to pop it though. Oh man, raindrops not enough to keep him alive. That would have been so huge if he could have got the turnaround.
They found like the most ideal target. They saw the snap for a quick second, I think, and they're like, no, we want either the Lycan or the Lesh, and they'll find that Lesh. And now Mid tower, they force a glyph. Wheater? Can't quite go for him.
Seeing what they want to do.
Okay, they're
Pressure
actually...
on to mid.
Device shows up. He wants to try to hold this tower. They're moving from above.
Maybe some hurricane play into a black hole. Pull him into it. We'll have to see. A little bit sad, actually, that the Lycan opted to give up the troll. I feel like that's so good to pair together with like Eidolons and stuff.
Yeah, I guess wanted to pull it. I didn't see what happened to it, or maybe he just wanted to pull it so he's closer to him instead of having to run and creep across the map. He's very close to his helm, so soon to have an Ancient. Mid lane, tower continues to get pressured here. They're trying to drag the wave, but I think now it's finally going to fall, but perhaps a fight.
Kisses already out, and that forces him back. No tree in this game. Eventually, it will go down, and it's just going to be denied by Alex.
Okay. Nope.
Who might be in some trouble?
2 seconds on Blink. Can't quite go for it. Decent deny.
Yeah.
TA2000, though, he's done half damage to bottom tower during all this space.
Wow.
Pretty big from the Morphling. Level 11 as well. He's having pretty damn good game. If you look at the comparison, Shad is only about to hit 10. So this Morph, the kind of king of the game, kind of king of the later stages, is having a very solid early mid game.
I did just see something, though, that might come into play a little bit later on, is that Howl against the Morphling. I always forget about how strong that can be.
Yeah, gets better and better.
You're trying to help out your team.
And they also will have, of course, like Rubik, too, right? You've got Fade Bolt and you've got Howl. Quite a big amount of damage reduction.
Kind of a cool option there.
Waiter,
Hurricane, back in.
Big steal from Alex.
And Ava, toss, Angel dead. Shad already pops the ulti. He wants to run him down here. Alex in the area will get the lift back to try and kill him off. And, well, yep, that's the pulverize. Long range arms, but as you're talking about, down bottom, it's TA2000. Tons of damage on the tower and gets away right before trouble shows up. And in fact, well, they just turn it now and Divine Llama's going to go down. Ooh.
Able to find the grab, and that's the BKB now finished for the Primal. The move happens top, but it is a shapeshift that was popped. There's a lot of aggressive things from Hustlers, and they don't get like the big kills out of it. TA2000 just eating up all the space, and interesting to see this even. TA2000 actually buys the shard very early. Don't really see that too much on Morphlings, but he buys it pretty much as soon as you can.
That's very interesting.
Means that he's probably unkillable. There's no silences. So.
Alex finds Omar, and, well, they will kill off that silencer. Excuse me, Skywrath Mage. They're very similar, surely.
Can they Rosh off that? They're maybe thinking about it. They definitely want to start accelerating their... I mean, they have to start getting a lead at some point, otherwise the Morphling's just going to win this game, so they have to start getting some bigger things going for them instead of just support kills. Because TA2000 takes bottom tower during this, and he's still going.
Right. Yeah, that is a problem. Pretty serious issues right now for Hustlers. They will take this Roche, though, like you're talking about, and probably try and clean up their lanes and then make a move. This Helm of the Overlord, obviously a very strong timing and gives them tremendous push power, but they need to take advantage of that.
Yeah, and so it gives them push power, just like their fight power still just feels a bit lackluster. Having Mirage, having Aegis, this could open up where they can actually take the fight head on, perhaps to Ooredoo. Just Ooredoo's not really giving chances either, because I mean TA2000 just sitting bottom, but yeah, with Aegis, perhaps this will be the thing that lets the Lesh just like run in and get past this tanky Primal Beast, perhaps.
Yeah, they do scan now, realize that there's a lot of people behind that Lesh in towards mid. OT pushes out that wave, and you can see TA2000 understanding this is the battle that they want to go for. Get some pressure onto the mid tier 2. And now a DG actually for Mirage. And it looks like they're going to try and force the issue.
Okay, there is a... Okay, BKB is on a Primal. There's only level 1 Tombstone still. Do they actually look to contest this? Glyph is popped.
And yeah, they're down a tower, but if you can get some really good structural damage here, this could be a way to maybe force them back. But I feel like OT are in a position where they could even force high ground if Hustlers do.
Yeah, they at least force the Glyph. They start hitting that tier 2 in the mid lane.
Okay.
They're just playing. They're playing it patient and calm. It's 8 to 9, but they're like, we have a really good late game scaling lineup. Sure, the one concern I would say in late game is like the blink BKB from Enigma and stuff like that, because there's no cancel until, let's say, like level 25 on Primal Beast. If he has a cast range or something like that, that's kind of unlikely. But Noob, he's itemizing to deal with the Enigma, perhaps, where it's if he doesn't get caught in Chrono, we see Tree Volley come into play. So it does feel like Ooredoo have a lot of answers, and having a 2K lead, 3K lead, having great lanes, having a Morphling free farming, definitely a recipe for success when you're playing versus a Lycan carry.
Oh, definitely. And it has been very much OT feeling comfortable with their positioning, not overextending. Noob is going to take this bottom wave yet again, and that is just about going to finish off his Aghanims. But Hustlers, it feels like this is the moment where they really need to put the screws to him. Try and pressure if they can. Tombstone is down. OT don't want to give up this mid tower. And instead, with Tombstone down, they say, let's go top.
Okay. This is a good move. They have to start pressuring somehow. Have to be careful of the toss back, of course.
He just finishes that Aghanim Scepter and throws out one volley. Still, tower, a lot of damage onto it top.
I like that at least they're trying to find ways to accelerate the game, accelerate this type of pressure that they're able to apply versus this Morphling. They're trying to find these windows.
Forcing them around the map little bits whenever they can. TA2000 is close to Scotty. It is about 1,200 gold away. They need to keep this momentum going. They cannot afford to let their foot off the gas.
No, not by any means. Yep, keep hitting mid. Pop the Edict. They'll pop the Glyph for it. Does mean there's no base Glyph.
So going for this one, they throw out another round of the Ags spam, but Creep's still there, a Catapult's still there, and the tier 2 tower likely to go down. Although they catch the next wave, they need to all in it right now, and it looks like they're going to. So tier 2 tower down while TA2000 pressures bottom.
Nicely done. Honestly, it's tough for them to pressure too much more besides that unless they find some type of crazy kills, and OT's just not giving that option, so nicely done so far from Hustlers. I mean, but OT doesn't seem too fussed about it. So we said, Morphling, he's pretty much got the Scotty. Once he has that, then he can actually look to join the game, since it really has just been him gone for like 12 minutes or so, not looking to participate at all.
Right. In towards mid. Angel playing it a little bit close to danger, but does, as the scan comes out, the scan turns red. That might signal to Ooredoo to be safe for a moment. Yeah, they're going to back to base, even though it's just the Snapfire.
Yeah, I guess he doesn't know like who it could be. It could be like Enigma or something else also. So he's just scared of some like kisses if he's not getting in a good position there. He does also always have the shard to at least play around TA2000, but yeah, just trying to still dodge. Wait till that Aegis is gone.
The tower defense that we could see coming from OT at this point, at least with this Aegis, feels unlikely that they're going to be able to get any other structural damage done. But Hustlers likely just going to be playing for that next Rosh when they'll have BKB done on the Lesh. They might have AC done. For Ooredoo, do you think they want to try and like get set up to defend this second Rosh? Are they going to have the items where they feel comfortable with that at that point?
Yeah, I think so. I think this is like TA2000 is now ready to start playing Dota instead of just playing the farm farm simulator. He's got Scotty. He's got the shard that he purchased early, so that dictates to me it's go time. Like right now, Aegis is gone. It might just be the time to make the big move right now.
We'll have to see if they do decide to do that. It's again scary walking into that, dire jungle because you know that they've held it for so long, have wards set up, and they've got really good wards in the area for the Hustlers right now. Just haven't really been able to send themselves over that direction for Ooredoo unless they go for a big smoke up as a bunch.
Yeah.
But still 2 minutes till Rosh is capable of responding.
Yeah, if they went like one by one, it's just, they'll just feed. So they have to do it as like a 3 or 4 man squad to clear out this vision here. Almost a 4-staff Omar. He's got some type of protective tool for himself now. Much more farm-oriented game than we got to see from last time. Last one was quite exciting.
I mean, this is always what happens in these games, right? Like, you go on in, you have one game that goes one way, one game that goes the other, and then the last one's like a, 80-minute crazy fest or something like that.
I mean, Ooredoo still seems content with... They're not actually looking to clear them out of the jungle. They're content with still farming. Okay. Because they've got the crit on the Tiny, they've got the Scotty on Morph, they have Blink BKB on Primal, but still reluctant to go for a fight and try to clear out their jungle still at the moment. Maybe when he forces someone back on bottom.
It could be, but they also have the Lycan Shard, which is doing a good job of spamming out these waves as well. So, Shad getting value out of that.
I'm glad I'm seeing, like, I feel like everyone's picking it up now. I think people quickly realized it's a really good farming tool. It keeps lanes pushed. It gets you hella gold. Like, it's quite nice.
Totally. Well, Roche a minute away from being capable of respawning, and Hustlers still hold on to this entire side of the map. At some point, OT are going to need to come on in and contest this. Maybe just, again, it's got to be scary, because you know if you lose this next fight, it's going to set the tempo for the next several minutes. And in fact, Midor needs to be careful there. Does just go for a little trample in mid and gets immediately lifted. Like, obviously, OT feel good about going late game, but these next couple of minutes, things could definitely fall off the rails.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it really just is, you know what? Come at us, right? That might just be what they're saying to themselves. Just saying, okay, if you don't want to force it, if you let us farm, we'll farm. You know, we've heard Tundra say this a lot of times. Now they're making the move, though.
Glimmer Cape in, and there's the Aghanims, full commitment. Angel dead, does have buyback, uses it immediately, gonna TP in. Warder has control, but the black hole up on the high ground finds this primal beast. He gets the BKB off though. With two supports already dead, Noob, he's kind of in no man's land, and he doesn't have a way out. Noob in trouble, they find the stun, gonna kill him off. And with 3 dead, Roche, it's a minute and a half away, so a little bit of luck going the way of Ooredoo in that capacity.
Yeah, Noob got isolated. Just a bit over commitment there, gets caught out as Shad's able to actually just really tear him apart. So other thing is, you know, we mentioned the Howl and the Rubik Fade both versus Morphling, but also versus Tiny, it's pretty damn good. His damage was actually pretty damn low. The Tree Volley, he's missing like 50% of his damage, so all right, pretty cool. Sparking the Wolf inside the pit. Black Hole is still going to be on cooldown for the next fight, but they've made Ooredoo. I feel like they're making them kind of panic a little bit, perhaps.
Yeah, I think it's, you know, these game 3 scenarios where for these teams, it might be the difference between them going to Div 1 next tour or having to play through Div 2 again. It's pretty freaking scary. A lot on the line.
Yeah, so much on the line. TA2000 now, level 18 of full BKB and his Scotty. So now maybe this is where the big window, at least for him, to try to join in besides just looking for a cleanup kill onto a Rubik.
Well, and that cleanup kill not going to be as easy. Alex just stole attribute shift.
Yep.
They get some good vision down, though. Mirage, they walk in right away. They find him. Gets the BKB with the turn, though. The Bloodstone's there. He's got the heals, but will it be enough? The lift now on to Morph. Mirage kind of trying to get out of there. Cookie, it won't be enough. They need a buyback on the Lesh if they want to take this fight, but I don't think that they really want to take it. They find Angel. He is going to die. No buyback for him. And Roche respawns right away.
What an ideal moment for them there, right? Put the sentry down. Hello, Leshrac. Sure, he's got Bloodstone, but as soon as Morphling starts hitting him with the Scotty of reducing that healing and stuff like that, able to stick on him. Kaori, sneakily in the pit.
Yeah, they see all those heroes nearby. The lift comes out. Divine Llama nearby doesn't have Blink Dagger, but they're going to start running in the big old creep. Ancient Granite Golem will go down. Buying time for Lesh.
That is shapeshift, though. That is a bit scary, because even when he respawns, it's going to be on cooldown for a long time.
Scary, scary.
They're going to start.
They TP in with the Lesh immediately, but the Roche, it's starting to fall really quickly. They're trying to send in these wolves. They see him now. They see how low Roche is. Can they get in time to try and stop this? They don't have any extra vision. Divine Llama, Black Hole off cooldown, 10 seconds. Trying to walk in here. Alex needs to get him. TA2000, they got him with the lift, though. Trying to break the Lincolns, they get him. The lift, Aegis on the ground. Mirage, he can't quite get in. TA2000 gets the Aegis. They find Omar, are going to do some damage and kill off that Skywrath. But the Aegis in hand for the Morph.
I think they got the last hit. They got everything. Yeah, so Aegis, Shard, and they get the last hit, too. Shard, who's going to pass this one to? Probably to Tiny, since Noob's gone for a right-click build. He's still hanging on to it, but he already has it. Oh, such like these little things really compounding, right? That that Lesh getting caught, Angel using buyback before the fight before that, them not having black hole for a couple seconds, all the little things coming together.
And Mirage just now finds the Ogre Seal Totem. He's probably thinking like, it couldn't have been here a second earlier, because they had the lift. It was on the ground. That was an easy steal if anybody had a blink, but they couldn't find their way into the pit.
Oh boy, yeah. And this Morph, having such a damn good game, now hits 20. Waveform attacks targets, one of the better talents in my opinion. Starts making things pretty crazy how much damage you end up doing.
Oh yeah.
That is now 4K lead, and they're the ones with the Aegis, not the side of Hustlers. Game now feels very difficult for Hustlers to try to shut down and punish this Morph.
So I'm curious from you, obviously there's like the early tempo that you want to take this draft with Hustlers. Well, actually, we'll have to hold that thought, because I think they're about to try and kill this Primal Beast here. Is going back for one last creep. Do they want to go on to him? Doesn't look like it. I guess the thing that I'm wondering about is... Oh, hold on again. They might actually go on him still. Winner, Vision, Cookie out, BKB.
No fun.
All right, he's fine.
Yeah.
So... does it change anything at all, the sort of damage mitigation that we've been seeing from the Howl, the fact that you've got this Enigma with a BKB black hole later? Does that change any of the dynamics, or does it feel like Ooredoo are just going to be able to run away with this one?
More than likely they'd be able to run away with it. There could be some type of crazy scenario where Divide comes in super clutch, but it's not an easy game for it. When you're playing versus a Morphling and a Primal Beast, like these heroes are going to be causing so much havoc on the kind of opposite sides of the team fight. So landing like a multi-black hole, it's going to be really, really hard to ask for.
We'll see if they can get some split push, though. That's true. It's definitely not easy.
No, and Noob is scaling super hard too. So it's like, who are you have to get Morph, but you have to get Tiny in the black hole. Actually, you probably just have to get Tiny, period, because he'll just kill you with the tree volley inside of your black hole. So not easy for Divide.
Does have a DD even ready. Shad is pushing down bottom with the AC, but they're getting ready to go high ground. This is a pretty bold move. But with TA2000 having Aegis, having Satanic, and a BKB, it feels incredibly difficult for them to take these fights. They are going to pressure this bottom lane really heavily and actually even force out the glyph.
Okay.
You can see bottom, that tower damage being mounted. But yeah, it's the bigger danger is OT up top.
Yeah, this Morph just is unbelievably fun. 402 last hits, by the way, 31 minutes. Pretty damn good. What, 13 a minute? That's pretty high.
And smoke up with everybody. They don't have their Lycan with them. His attribute shift stolen yet again. And with no kisses this time, it's hard to hold off and defend this. They just hit onto the buildings. And simultaneously, bottom tier 2 tower goes down. They're trying to get some split push going.
The damage reduction
is going to
not
force
too
them
bad.
back. Very annoying to play against. But they eventually send back Noob. Is this the time to go? With no Tiny there, and actually with backdoor coming back up, they are going to be able to hold. Okay.
Can't chase out, though, but they will hold on for a little bit. Shad, still in the area here.
In trouble. Oh. Yeah, and they're just going to Aghanim Scepter and try and bring down that Ancient Ice Shaman. Can't get him, though.
No.
Okay.
But Noob almost has a full Daedalus, a Shadow Blade now for TA2002. He's just pumping out items.
They are kind of a monstrosity to deal with at this point.
Yeah, and I like the itemization, too, to point out. You know, Weeder, we saw it earlier, but he'd finished up the Shivas, so all about that heal negation when he's playing versus the Lash on top of just extra armor versus the Lycan, of course. So it does feel like they have so many different answers that it divide. It really, yeah, all the pressure does feel like it's on this Enigma at this point. He has Blink, he has BKB. Let's see if he's going to be able to find one of these humongous type of grabs, but it really does feel like it's going to have to be that.
Well, Aegis expires, and they do finish off on Mirage, a plate mail, trying to get into a Shivas of his own. While Noob is not with them, this could be a moment to take a fight as Smoke Up with 4.
Noob sold his item, though. He sold his treads or whatever and bought bots. So now he's actually able to split push, or he's able to catch the split push and join up to his team if a fight does commence. So
well, maybe they just gank the split pusher.
Yeah, rather than opting for his Daedalus, he goes for something to answer this Lycan split push right now.
Smoked up. They run on in with the creeps. Lycan nearby. They're hoping to catch Noob, who's defending this lane. This would be a cool move because they take buildings so quickly afterwards, but Mirage, he's in towards mid, and that might give the game away.
Yeah, at least give away that move. As mid, Morphling Illusion's going to push, top getting pushed in. They're going to... Who's going to react to who? Ooredoo? Waiting until they see something before they make a move. Noob's going to clear the creep wave. Rax is getting hit.
Yeah, they need to come back and deal with this. All the trees dead over there, but it doesn't really look like it's going to matter that much. It definitely feels like Hustlers are just avoiding to the best of their abilities. And if these fights come out, it's so hard for them to win them. Still getting some farm. Being a thorn in their side, but OT, the ones that are scaling.
Yeah, Tiny just getting... He's almost the same net with his Lycan. Soon to have his Daedalus. He now has level 20, so his damage has spiked significantly when he's holding that tree, which he always is since he has Shard.
Right. One thing that is a little bit nicer, at least for the Hustlers, is that they have that Philosopher's Stone on Alex. So he can somewhat keep up in some amount of farm, but compared to these other cores that are online for Ooredoo, it's just so hard to feel like that even matters that much.
He also doesn't have like this type of like, you know, black hole or something that he can steal. Right. He has these like little spells. Tombstone, probably one of the better ones, maybe Pulverize or something. He doesn't have one of those insane game-winning Rubik kind of things. So at least it's something though that he does have a little bit of gold. But it does feel for me at least what is he going to be able to find inside of these fights, and if they can actually keep Mirage and Shad alive long enough to kill everybody.
Smoke underneath a ward. They see now that the ward was there, and maybe going to double black. Trying to set up for the next Roche fight. They get some vision up on that high ground.
Double catapult is hitting top racks. Someone's got to answer this on Hustlers. This is like the fact that nobody's showing still gives away the fact that they're not in the base. So now TA2000 likely to maybe just jump in and go to finish off that Rax.
Yep. Runs on in. Finds it immediately. Nobody home. Easy takedown for TA2000. Bottom, there is some good pressure being mounted again, like we talked about, but the black hole's there. He got the strength form off, but they're right on top of him, trying to bring him down. TA2000, he lives. He gets out of there, and now the control, the cookie, not going to be enough to keep the control on to this Primal Beast, but they do get the lift, and now Primal Beast is in some trouble, tries to TP out, not going to happen. They lose their racks, but they at least get one kill, and Roche, it's a pretty quick spawn.
But no black hole. They did have to use black hole, so for the next fight, not going to be up. Primal Beast does have buyback if they do want to commit. It spawns right away, so...
Yeah.
And they got what they came for. You could see immediately Ooredoo is just on full retreat afterwards, but they do get caught. Noob.
Wanting to find somebody. Finds a punish. Devi. Low, but not low enough for a kill. But that gives away the ward. Still haven't scouted that Roche is up yet.
Shapeshift back up in about 20 seconds also.
Lift. They got him. Malefice still has BKB. Yeah, and he's going to see... Well, he didn't actually walk into the pit, so I don't know if they saw that Roche is up yet. I don't think they did.
I don't think so. Didn't look like it. Lane's looking pretty good for Hustlers now, too. Lycan, I think he can maybe send his dragon. Actually, no, Morphling's too close to top. But bottom lane is pushing in because of that wolf. Little Lycan wolf keeping the lane shoved in. Noob, of course, has the answer. He can always just walk over and bots to his team as Primal Beast will respawn. And yeah, no black hole for 90.
They see Roche now, and the Wolves hitting onto that Undying. So full awareness of what's going on. 80 seconds until black hole. They get Nullifier done on the Lycan.
He's pretty big. I mean, he's got 20 talent also, so 25% more damage because of Feral Impulse.
The Wolves in there. Takes him out. Devi Llama throws down that Midnight Pulse. They've got ways to get into the pit this time. Throwing out those kisses to start. The Tombstone is also down. Witter back up. 50 seconds until black hole.
So hard for them to fight on Hustlers without this hole. And without kisses
also. Be careful. They're ready. The Roche going down. It's immediately gone, and TA2000 Aegis in hand. They get the lift and the control into Noob, and actually they're ripping him to shreds. He goes down. TA2000 kind of ignored for the moment, but Shad there finds the bash, eats the cheese, another bash, the stunt control. Look at him, they tear him apart. Morphling, he just got killed by the Lycan and the Lesh. Oh, okay.
Nicely done. I mean, they got Noob isolated, then they got the Morph isolated. They take it away, and that's without Black Hole. Both are considered pretty damn good when they are at this deficit.
How did they kill him? I mean, he has 45 armor. I don't know if he was switching over or what happened, but they did not stand that much of a chance there for the Morph.
I mean, Lycan hits like a truck. When you give that 20 talent, it is an insane amount of increased damage. So it did have all of that, plus I think the Howl. And also, they have Shivas, right? So a little bit of that healing negation, at least from the Morph, does come into play. And I think Midnight Pulse toward the end of it, so a lot of damage. But either way, Ooredoo still looking to poison himself aggressively, even when Noob is dead. There's a Black Hole available, though, so Devi waiting to see if he finds something. Can't quite.
And was that the second Roche or the third?
I believe there's a Refresher Shard inside the pit. Just sitting there.
Oh my God, you're right, it is.
Yeah, I was checking. I was like, I didn't think I saw anybody use it. Noob sent his courier to try to take it, but now someone knows.
Oh, Alex finds
Alex
it.
Sees it.
He sees it.
Oh okay.
My God. And
That's
they don't know
huge.
about that.
I think, I'm pretty sure Ooredoo knows, because Noob was sending his courier to try to pick it up, but you can't actually pick items up in the pit. Yeah, so that's that's 2 Black Holes. That could be the answer.
Like literally the same time as we're like, wait a minute, what Roche was that? What item was it? That was the same thing Ooredoo was thinking. Oh my God.
I thought maybe he like misclicked and used it or something, but then I looked over and I was like, oh wait, it's still in the pit.
Holy moly. That is huge.
Definitely still chances for them now with 2 Black Holes, and with this Lycan kind of keeping up with the Morphling, maybe there is some possibility still here for Hustlers. Not easy by any means, but...
Wow. The Howl reduces total attack damage could also be, something relevant. Although both of these heroes have like crazy base damage anyways. I don't know.
Yeah. The other thing is that Howl is dispellable, right? So BKB, Satanic, all that kind of stuff is always going to be a big thing to kind of get it away. But yeah, I mean, that talent is pretty bonkers. And together with a Fade Bolt, and your Morphling actually just might do nothing inside the fight. But that's asking a lot. Not having BKB or Satanic or anything like that, but...
True.
Hustlers with this Refresher, feeling pretty strong. Timeless Relic also, I believe, was picked up on Lesh right before.
Dude, every time I see OT just together as a group, I'm like, oh, be careful now. All it takes is a moment, a lapse in just, all it takes is a second.
Yeah.
And they can get jumped on. Get found. Devi Llama goes all in, finds him. Noob in trouble. Noob going to die. They see more. TA2000 Shadow Blades tries to get out of there. Tombstone up on the high ground. Gonna get turned upon and brought down, but Noob, no buyback.
And TA2000 doesn't want to commit into a fight because he doesn't have buyback.
Oh, he has
so
it.
Just immediately has to run. Oh, Noob does have it. Okay.
I guess he just ticked into it or something. Didn't have it for a second. Oh, man.
Yes, he did. His buyback is 2028, and he ticked up to it, so, yeah. Hey, they're still... He doesn't even use the Refresher Shard, so very patient, Devi. A great grab.
And a Penta Edge for Shad.
Okay. Yeah,
interesting. I think that's a cool idea too, right? You just drop the Black Hole, you take a big fight win. If they try and push for more, you can use the Refresher at that point, or you can just use it to slow down their farm.
I think the biggest thing is really just like take out the Tiny so they can't do his tree volley kind of nonsense. And then, as we saw, they do have ways to do a TA2000, if they can actually get on top of this more with this Lycan. So, like we said, perhaps a recipe there for Rustlers to still take it in its later stages of the game. I mean, Devi's starting to get a lot of gold.
Options at the very least. They see these wards here. Angel goes in range. They see that the scan connects and immediately runs away. They kill off the courier too.
These wolves have been so annoying. Like Shad didn't touch on it too much, but my God, how much he's scouting, how much information he's giving constantly. It's quite pesky. I mean, and his shard too. You know, the wolves that he controls are annoying, and the wolves that he doesn't control are also just keeping lanes constantly pushed.
Waveform cooldown 25 on Morph.
Okay.
And like we talked about, these game threes, they just love to go the distance. 44 minutes in, and it doesn't feel like... I mean, it's a game that feels like the game could end very rapidly, or it could go on for another, like, 40, and I wouldn't be surprised.
But it does feel pretty, you know, even though we did talk so much about Morphling late game, et cetera, you can definitely feel how Hustlers can fight back. It's all just going to be up to execution and team fights.
Well, they see another ward here, and TA, they realize that there's a ward up on that high ground.
Wheater has a full refresher on Primal Beast, so he uses his gold. Noob, looks like he might be looking to save buyback now after getting Black Hold, so probably going to use that as the counter versus the Black Hole. Just save a buyback, at least on the Tiny.
Still thinking that there could be vision in the area. They're going to go and de-ward up on this high ground now as bottom wave is shoving in completely. Like you talked about, the annoying presence of those wolves. And, well, they kill off the courier. That's Angels.
Okay. As
Mirage takes out the Observer ward. So full vision in this area again online for Hustlers. With a minute and a half until Roche is capable of respawning. It is set up to be Hustlers in a little bit of control of this area, but they don't have that outpost.
And look, the wolves continue to just like creep forward slowly to just give some information. Then we see the Helm of the Dominated, or Helm of Overlorded, Black Dragon pushing top. Where's the wolf? Did it spawn bottom? Where's our wolfy boy?
I'm not sure.
It spawned top, okay.
Oh.
Not spawning on the bottom. But either way.
Lifted. He's clipped. He's a ward. Now he drops down the tombstone. Stolen Flesh Golem, but the turn, the pulverized Voider has him. TA2000 right on top. Enigma dead. The rest of them have to run out of here. Mirage, the cookie comes in from Alex. The buyback is there for the Enigma, along with that Undying, and everybody retreats back.
Nice grab from Wheater. No hesitation. The tombstone gets dropped, provides that huge, enormous AoE vision, of course. The second he sees him, just jumps. And now, Devi under pressure, because if he dies, the game's likely this over. They need him to hit Black Hole, as we've seen. Gem still on the floor. Who's going to get it? It looks like Kaori's able to waltz his way over.
Big win. Yeah, and these Roche fights have been so important. They're going to have that vision down over there. One ward placed over the river as well. But whoever gets that vision first, it can be a quick one. A minute and a half until Roche is up.
Devi just can't show. That's the biggest thing, at least for me. He has to stay so far back in these fights, just waiting for the opportunity. Because if he just gets grabbed, if they don't have Enigma, the game's over. He is the most crucial element, it feels like, of their fights. Even though it's like, you know, this Lycan is, of course, the super carry and everything, but it's all on Llama. Being able to get these grabs on either the Tiny or the Morphling is Ooredoo. Keep having to secure their lanes, keep having to push these all out. They'll put the gem back in base. At least
even though they have the Rax advantage, they're the ones that constantly find themselves with their lanes pushed against them.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point.
It's one of those moments, too, where like you think about how different this game would look if the Hustlers had a ninja gear, you know? And those types of moments, you need some other way to stay off the radar for a little while. Morphling going in for a butterfly, actually. Interesting.
I mean, there's no True Strike on the Lycan, right? That's going to be really, really useful to just stand toe-to-toe with him.
Shad queuing up the Hex right now, actually, on the Lycan. Might need to switch that over to an MKB. We'll see.
He's gonna start running it. I mean, he's pretty much out of slots already, so definitely problematic. He's carrying dust constantly because of this Silver Edge that's on TA2000.
Right. Well, this illusion from the Morph is gonna scout that Roche is up, and potentially they'll see it over here too. Well, maybe you won't see that Roche is up. Go on in and kill it off. And Hustlers gonna try and probably smoke up here.
Looks
Most likely.
Ooredoo's going to do the smoke and try to get the big wraparound that we've seen a lot of times for people to look for backline. Devi, positioning is everything. Wolf is scouting. They see the illusion of the morph. Dragon scouting high ground. It's a long swing.
They got to be so careful here. Hustlers, they're on the low ground. But
Oh,
this
boy.
movement, they're going to head over.
Oh, they're
They
going
have
for the
one
really
ward
long one. They're going all the way. Okay.
Devi Llama, he's behind him. They haven't dropped a ward yet, and they miss each other just barely. So Hustlers retake this other position as the courier heads back. They now see that there's a ward placed up on high ground. They immediately know where everybody's at.
Oh,
So
shit's
Hustlers,
passing in the night. That was
they
so
just
scary.
trade spots.
I haven't seen. I've seen teams do like the wraparound, but not the long wraparound to go all the way from the southern ramp. That was interesting.
Wait a minute. They just go in to the Roche? Angel Cookies tries to take down the tombstone, but the soul rip and then the lift out. Okay. Very strange. Courier gonna get taken down now. And, well, Angel, he's just dead. Just out. No, Devi Llama. He gets out of there. Holy moly. Able to dodge from one. That's Refresher Shard immediately used to jump away. Went for it all. Came up short. Now the lift, finding onto this Primal Beast. They'll catch and kill him. After they needed something out of that. They had to get something out of that shapeshift. I don't know if it's enough, though.
They have that second black hole at the ready, but Devi has to be so careful now. Into the Roche.
They go again. They gotta be aware that this could be happening, and into the pit, the Roche bash. They see the wolves. Thinking about going now. Gotta be so careful with no shapeshift for 40 seconds. They drop the tombstone down now. Devi, he has to hit everybody. Noob, they're outside the Roche pit right now, trying to take it down. Sending in for some more vision. The glimmer, Angel, the black hole. It's onto one. It needs to be good. Wasn't good enough. The sun is there. Aegis in their hands. They got him. They got him. They take him down for the kill. Devi Llama now in some more trouble. He's going to get brought down and killed. The toss back. Mirage still standing there with the Aegis. The stun on the Kaori. He has the Aghanims, but hasn't brought it in yet. Needs to pop that one as soon as he gets into there. We'll have Blink too, but there's no way out. He gets caught. He gets killed. Oh, man. That was so close. And now, with no Enigma and no Snapfire, the path is open.
Oh boy, does call to need buyback there for TA2000, but a well worth one that he can clean up. And if they can get more pushing going, let's see what happens. See this Rubik, Alex maybe looking to catch someone here with Shad. TA2000 in the area.
If they could kill TA2000, that would obviously be the be-all, end-all. And with Pulverize, they've got, really good control solo for him.
They need the black hole because he's just gonna shift. They need more damage. They need every little percentage they can get. 45 seconds, no Enigma.
There it is, the buyback now. At the very least, Rubik coming back to join the rest of them. Does have Shard now on Lesh, so he can start trying to spam that out to defend.
But the buildings are dropping fast.
It's not the easiest.
Like
it's going to drop so quickly.
They kill it in just a fraction of seconds, and now onto the last one. And now they also have Pulverized Pierce's magic immunity.
20 seconds until Enigma is back up. There's the Pulverize. They got him caught. TA, he's taking a ton of damage out there. Mirage runs forward, tries to find him. Do they have enough? They need to buy 10 more seconds until Enigma is back up. But TA2000 looks to escape. Still chasing. Do they have a way to break it? Oh. No. TA2000 gets out. If they catch him there, that's the game.
Yep, that was so close to them actually getting him. He tried to turn and stand his ground fighting, but he's like, wait, I'm full strength morph. I actually hit for nothing. Satanic doesn't help me. Oh, good attempt there from Hustlers. If Mirage actually had, the fact that he had to buy back and stuff doesn't have Hex. If he has Hex, they might get the kill there too. All these little things. Wild game, 53 minutes.
Oh my God.
Black Hole is back at the ready. He's got Refresher queued up. They've got double Hex picked up too. So
whoa, they
have a lot of answers, a lot of control for this Morphling, who now has opted away from Butterfly and actually buys the recipe for Aeon Disc and then a Lincoln's. Okay.
Lincoln's.
Like, wait, what?
He accidentally misclicked. Yeah, has the full Lincoln's now. It's super needed against the double Hex.
Yeah, it's definitely scary moment still for him. It's like if he dies, there's a lot of damage.
And I don't know. It looked like he might have mismicroed his money or something. Is we gonna get a listen in?
Sending the refresh to you.
First. We need someone to have the buyback first.
Scanning.
Oh, there it is.
I didn't
it's
hear
too
anything.
quick. Gotta have the buyback.
Okay.
They need to have the buyback, is what I heard.
I mean, that is the important thing, right? The buybacks versus that Enigma, which Noob is hanging on to for now. He's committing. Double dataless about to be finished on the Tiny.
I mean, it doesn't help if you get black hole. That's the danger. That is the danger. Has to have that buyback ready, and I think has it now, but not enough surplus to buy out. Oh, God.
Refresher shard passed over to Vi. So he does have the 2 black holes at the ready. This game is wild.
I mean, still very much anybody's game. Very much into the favor of OT.
Black hole.
Saw those esports bet. Oh, no.
He's
They got
self-canceled.
caught. Oh, Lordy. He's still... All right, he's baiting, right? Refresher.
Yeah,
It's all a bait.
we'll call it that. Maybe he thought he missed it first or something, then he it's just one of those moments.
Yeah,
Or maybe it is a bait.
maybe. All the baits, they can catch them all later.
That would be the most wild thing ever.
Okay, they TP back with Shad. The rest of the team all going to TP back to base. They want to have double black hole ready. And
Okay.
so Hustlers are just going to shove out their waves. How long? 5 minutes till tier 5 neutrals. And I mean, that's also a window where I think you actually have some game breaking items that could come out if they get to that stage.
Aren't they all? All those
I
items
mean-
are so busted. Like, you get a Book of Shadows, they Book of Shadows, the Morphin Black Hole. Like, all right, well, I mean, there's
like-
so many.
Book of the Dead for Shad. Like, I don't know. There's
That
some
would be
cool
wild.
things that could come out.
And speaking of Shad, you did touch on him ping 25. He actually takes the Wolf talent instead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I've seen this
So
a couple times. I always thought they would take the Howl talent, but they have vision right now.
See him. Where are they going? They drop down the tombstone. Devi looking, wanting to find him.
Devi.
Malphus out the turn. He's in trouble. He dies. Buys back immediately. Needs to TP over there, but he can't get to the rest of the team that quickly. The Hex
They're on TA.
onto one. The Nullifier there, trying to get out of harm's way. Enigma's so far away. He can't join the rest of the team quickly enough.
Good
So
four
they
stabs.
get the buyback out from him. God, I don't even know what's happening anymore, Fogged. This game is too much for me.
I mean, it's everything just being committed onto this Morphling. Like, they have to protect TOA 2000 at all costs for the next 2 minutes. They get the Force Staff to disengage him away from those hexes. It's still scary, but now on Hustlers, it's very scary because Devi, he dies. Again, the game could just be over also. So, my God, what a close game. 56 minutes. Did not expect this when I saw Lycan Lesh line up versus a Morphling who had this type of lead, but Hustlers bring in the battle.
They're hustling their way back into this one. That's for sure. They've got the Alpha Wolf now, too. Ooh, okay.
I mean, that's a big look at the damage on this Lycan.
Oh my
No
gosh.
joke.
Yeah, he is hitting incredibly hard. Keep that guy alive. Although down bottom, OT, they want to try and get Megas right now. They're all together here. And there needs to be a response. Hustlers realizing the danger, and everybody comes back home again.
Yeah, immediately start setting up the stuns on the Lesh. As they send Wolves over to Scout. Alpha Wolf as well, too. All right, so I'm looking at buyback status. We have 90 seconds, of course, left on the Morphling, the most important one. How's our current gold looking? I mean, yeah, okay, that makes a lot of sense. 8,000 on Liking, 7,000 Tiny, 6,000 Morph, 5,000 Lesh. Some crazy numbers.
They are ready to buy back in a moment's notice, but like you said, the cooldowns are the big issue, and it's about to be all cooldowns done for OT, but they're grouped together. Oh, they smoke out, but they take down the ward. OT already removed that one. Although they're going to start heading towards their vision on this other pillar here.
50 seconds, Morph buyback.
Devi, he gets an arcane. That's scouted, so they know they're over there.
Going for the long wraparound again. Both teams just playing around their own vision. 30 seconds, Morph buyback.
2 minutes, tier 5 items. And like I said, it's the type of game where it feels like it could be over in one fight or it could keep going out for a really long time. And I'm not sure which way it's going to end up here.
Who knows? Tier 5 items could be a dictator. Like if TA2000 gets like an Apex Giants ring on the Tiny, these two are going to be pretty unbelievable how much damage they're able to deal. While on the reverse side, if Shad gets his Giants ring and stuff like that, maybe he's able to easier stick on targets. Yeah, this is a treat.
Oh, heading down mid. They have a creep wave here and trying to find somebody behind. Mirage is there. Going to throw out the stuns. Do they jump on him right away? Throw out one stun. Mirage could be in trouble here. He's getting greedy. Pops the BKB. The reaction, but it's not going to be enough. He's dead. 45 seconds without the Lesh. What
BKB
can they do?
Matter. Weeder, as we said, he'd hit 25 like, what, 6 minutes ago or so, so just goes for the grab. He even just instant refreshes. He wants one more.
Shad pops the shapeshift and wanting to kill the creep wave, so they actually hold out for the moment. Turn these onto the tombstone. Tries to waveform in and immediately blinks out from TA2000.
Hey, that is a shapeshift.
They don't have the timing on the Lesh, his cooldown. It's back up in 10 seconds, so yeah, they're going to hold. The OT want to try and see if they can bait out a buyback. But Roche, it's a minute, and it's now Respond. Alex, lift onto one. Devi, he's got to be so careful with his positioning.
He dies in like 1 second. That's the scary thing. The damage that they have, and that BKB piercing grab from Weeder.
60 minutes. Glyph used. Takes away the vision. Tree volley. Devi! He goes down. Oh, and that's their moment. He doesn't have it for 3.5 minutes. OT, it's triple buyback immediately, but what a huge jump in from Noob. Absolutely enormous. OT now should be able to clean up and get mega creeps. What an enormous win.
He finally has the perseverance and just the audacity to jump into tree lines and just go for it, and it works. Gets the perfect target.
There is still backdoor protection, and they need to deal with this on the Hustlers because these buildings are going to fall. Shad, he has Refresher. Goes in, lift one onto Noob, but the BKB, they didn't get there with the Hex in time. Mirage is gone. Everybody's dying. That's 2 minutes on the sidelines. They don't have the control, as it does look like OT Ooredoo, they're going to outlast and end the game. The team that's looked good the entire season, the entire tour, and Tips question mark. Oh, brutal, brutal.
I mean, a really well-played game overall, I think, from both sides. I think this